Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Margaret and I am a life coach, and today I would like to discuss the subject or talk to you about the subject of karma. So what comes into your mind when we hear the word karma? Well, I realize that some people, when you mention the word karma, they seem to be in the big, fright. It's like you're the worst person ever, because immediately you mention karma, it's like you wish evil for them, or you are meaning for evil to happen to them. So I thought perhaps this is something we can talk about. And so, yes, that is why we are talking about karma. Well, for karma, what is karma? Karma, to me, it's a spiritual agreement that you make with yourself and the universe, okay? Because whatever we do will come back to us, whether it is good or bad. And of course, there is good karma and there is bad karma as well. And I feel some people only think that karma is evil. No, it's not evil. If someone talk about karma, or someone says you receive your karma, you shouldn't panic, because if you've done nothing wrong, you should say, yeah, I received my karma because there's always good karma and there's bad karma. So depending on what you have done, or what your deeds have been, and I personally believe that some things, how do I put it, sometimes there are some people who will receive a quicker karmic reward. I will call it reward, because it's not punishment, because whatever goes round comes round. So whatever you have done, whatever effort you've put into something, you will get it back one way or another, okay? Whether you get it in this life or another life, you are still going to have it, because your energy lives on forever, whether you've passed away and come back or not. But then reincarnation is also something we can discuss sometime. But I personally believe that there are some people who have who would receive karmic rewards, either is very quick or very harsh, okay? And I feel the people who may receive harsh karmic reward or judgment are the people who have strong Saturn in their birth chart. And also, with such people who also have the strong Saturn in your birth chart, you also need to be very careful, because if they are ruled by Saturn, it means that they are very disciplined. And so when they are not disciplined, Saturn is going to either bring their judgment very quickly, or it may take a long while, but eventually they will receive their reward. That's how I see it. And yes, whatever you have done, maybe in 4 previous lives or whatever it is, you will have to receive the karma in this life, because sometimes, depending on what you have done in your previous lives, sometimes you are here on the planet to receive your karmic reward, okay? And it could be a harsh sentence, which may bring challenging situations into your life, or it could be the reward could be hey, you are free to do whatever you want, or it's going to be a reward that's going to give you a very joyous life, okay, or a joyous experience. Because I personally believe that karma is not a bad thing, okay? For me, karma is time, okay? Karma is time and energy. So whatever you have done, it eventually come to you. So when you hear the word karma, don't be upset, because if you've done something bad to the person, and of course you know that, okay, for example, whatever the situation is, and if someone says that you will receive your karma, and you know you've done nothing wrong, you shouldn't be upset or you shouldn't be worried about it, because you know you've done nothing wrong. And if they are wrong, obviously it's, you know, you shouldn't be worried about it. But if you've done something wrong, of course you're going to be upset. However, I just want you to know that the word karma itself, you shouldn't see it as something evil or something terrible, okay? Because karma is your own energy that transforms within time. It comes back to you. It can come back to you as you are alive, or it can be transferred onto any member of your family. I also believe that, well, according to my own birth chart, it tells me, or my understanding of what certain houses means, is that perhaps in my previous life, maybe I was pampered or something. I don't know what it is, but perhaps somewhere in my birth chart it says that in this life I have to work very hard, and it's in the house of where you receive your karma. And so it says that I have to work hard, which means with that kind of placement, if it feels to me, and my understanding is that perhaps in other previous lives, I was a very, very lazy person. That is how I interpret it when I look at the birth chart and everything, and what it means for that karmic area of my life. Is for me, I just imagine I must have been a very, very lazy person, or I must have been very pampered, and so maybe I didn't work so hard. But in this life, the karma I receive there means I have to work very hard for everything that I get. That is my karma. And once I understand what, that karmic, reward is, I don't see it as a problem. And I also realize that I also have to work very hard. Every little thing, I have to work very hard. Some people, their karma could be that maybe they have, in other previous lives, they have worked so hard, and in this life they seem to be enjoying life, and maybe life seemed to be so easy for them. But don't be jealous of people who seem to be enjoying their life, because perhaps in previous lives they have worked so hard, and in this life they have come just to enjoy their reward, and that is their karma. Okay, you might see people, you feel this person never gets ill, this person never have any trouble, their lifestyle is so good, or whatever. You don't know. Perhaps in 2 previous lives, or the life before, whoever he or she was, maybe they had to work hard to receive the reward they are getting in this life. According to mine, I can only interpret it that I must have been either pampered, and so I didn't work, and I must have been lazy in that lifestyle, or maybe I wasn't lazy, but maybe I just couldn't get around to doing what I had to do in that life, and so it had carried on to this life where I need to put things in order, and that is my karma. It doesn't mean it is bad. It means that I need to use my time and my energy, correct the things that in previous lives I couldn't complete. So it's either I had so many obstacles in my life, and perhaps, who knows, I wasn't maybe smart enough to get away with certain things, or maybe I had too many problems in that kind of life, and so I couldn't fulfill what I wanted to do. Because sometimes we do have challenges in life. And I believe and I know very well that I have lived other lives, okay? And I know that. So, yes, of course, we can talk about reincarnation, another subject. Yes, so, yes, I totally feel like in those lives, whatever I did, I might have been a good person, or maybe I might have been a bad person, or I might have been anything. But when it comes to my karmic, in the house that dictates karma throughout your whole life, it shows that I need to work very hard in this life. I cannot afford to be lazy. And I can also see that, because sometimes you feel like, why am I working so hard and things are not going the way I want it as quickly as I want? And some people, they just go and press a button and the door is open for them. That is their karma. Maybe in 2 previous lives, life was terrible for them and they've worked through it. Maybe every situation that it, came their way, they had to find ways and means to combat their obstacles. Okay, so whatever it is, they have gone through that, and in this life they are enjoying their karma, because karma is, like I said, is energy transformed into time. Your energy throughout the time, it comes back to you. Okay, and that is why some people say karma never loses an address, because your karma is always with you. It's always with you. Whenever the planet Saturn is in charge of karma, whenever Saturn is active in a certain situation or certain whatever karma in that area of your life, karma is going to bring it to you. For example, if you are meant to meet someone in a relationship, it could be a good one, it could be a bad one, whatever it is, it could be a karmic relationship, a karmic connection, okay? And when those people come into your life, whether it's positive or negative, you will meet them. And once you have met them, well, sometimes you may not even become aware that, this is a karmic relationship, okay? And once you become aware that this is, this is the situation that, once you become aware that this is a karmic relationship, I feel what you need to do is to work through all the challenges that you are facing in that relationship. Because it could be that if that person was a partner, it could be that your roles have even swapped. Maybe that person was, for example, for myself, perhaps I've met someone and it's a bad relationship. It could be that in previous life, they were bad to me. And in this life, I'm meeting them, because if that karma is in my relationships, if, let's say, Saturn, the planet Saturn is active, and whatever astrology and astronomy is going on, and if at that time it's concerning my love life, for example, whoever I am having the relationship with, and if it's bad, it is karma. Okay, it could be that karma or planet Saturn is giving me the opportunity to heal the wounds of those previous lives that I might have had a relationship with this person that wasn't a very good one. So if you're having a karmic relationship, because I'm sure some people know about karmic relationships, and if you get to know that it's a karmic relationship, instead of fighting against it, try your best as you can to understand why you are attracted to the person and why you keep attracting certain people. Because the thing is, if you don't learn from any experience, whether it's a good one or a bad one, it will keep repeating. Okay, I always say to myself, if you want to go and study, you have to be tested, and if you don't pass, you don't go to the next stage. So until you let the universe know that you have learned from something, it will keep going on. You keep repeating the same cycle. So some people will say, oh, this is bad karma. No, it means you need to learn from the experience so that you can heal from those trauma from a previous life, and then you can move on. If it's your love life, if it's to do with your finances, for example, it could be that you might be having challenges in your finances. Okay, and some people will say, oh, this is karma, this and that. Yes, it could be anything, but karma is not bad. Okay, karma is your own energy that is transformed throughout the time, and it comes back to you. Okay, so whatever it is, you should work through it, work through the trauma, try and understand why you are repeating a certain cycle. And because unless you understand that this is what the situation is, you're not going to find the healing you need. So sometimes you need to, embrace the karma, whatever it is, embrace it. Because once you've embraced it and understood that, okay, perhaps in another life, this is what I might have done, and I have to pay for it, or as people say, or I have to correct it. Okay, because if you are correcting something, you are still paying for it. So if someone says, or if you think that you are paying for your karma, don't look at it as it's a negative thing, because one way or the other, you are paying yourself because you have done it. Because we are not just in this world, we are part of this world. Okay, so whatever energy we have created over lifetimes, or even in this lifetime, okay, we will have to get the karmic reward that we have set for ourselves. So it's not like someone is punishing you. Sometimes you think, oh, karma will get you, and you think someone is punishing you. No, because sometimes you also have to understand it's your own conscience. It's in your mind that I've done this, I've done that. So your own conscience is the karma. Okay, your own conscience, whether you are guilty about it or whether you feel good about it, it is still a form of karma, because you keep thinking maybe it's because I did something, I kicked someone, and that is why I missed the bus. Maybe it's got nothing to do with it, but it's in your head. So that is still, it's your conscience, conscience, and you become conscious of your conscience, and it is part of the karma. So I don't feel that if someone says karma will get me, I'm like, yeah, okay, because there's good karma and there's bad karma. If you have been good, karma is going to be good to you. And if you have not been so good, karma is not going to be so good to you. So you have pressed the button, you have done it, you have recycled it, whatever it is, you are wearing it, you are sniffing it, you are swimming in it, you have created it. So I hope that this has been insightful for you. Okay, so when you hear the word karma, do not be upset, do not be afraid, do not be angry, because we make our own karma, whether it's a good one or a bad one. And it could also be, as I'm saying, it could be from previous lives. But if even it's in this life, remember, all the time the universe will give you an opportunity to correct something that you have done that you think is a mistake. Sometimes we do things that are bad and we feel it's a mistake, and sometimes the mistake is not a mistake. The mistake is something you had to do. It's a test. Okay, it's a test. Either you passed the test, or it was so challenging you didn't pass it as well as you should. But that doesn't mean that it's a mistake. Sometimes it's a mistake because you knew very well that what you were doing is not right, but you went ahead and did it, whatever you did. So sometimes, yes, it's a mistake, like mathematics, but sometimes life is not about adding zeros and fives and ones. So, you can't say that it's a mistake. But sometimes, yes, it's a clear mistake, and sometimes it's not an epic win either. So it will come back. So whatever you are doing, if you hear someone talking about karma or karma will get you, just ask yourself, have I been good? Have I been good? If you have been good, yeah, don't worry about the karma, because karma is going to get you in the nice way. And like I said, if you've been in this current life, you have to face your karma. Just remember, you can always change your path. If it's not a very good path, you can change it. Okay, and you can create good karma. Like I said, there's some people who, if you are ruled by Saturn, Saturn will make sure that you do things right. And if you don't do things right, Saturn is going to be very harsh on you, because he's a harsh dad. Very harsh, okay? And so he's going to make sure that you do the right thing. And if you don't do the right thing, Margaret, you are going to sit on the naughty step for 20 years or for 10 years before I even look at you. Because if you have Saturn, strong Saturn in your birth chart, it is possible, okay? Because Saturn brings us challenges, okay? And so you're either going to get your karma later, or it's going to be very quick, okay? And we all do get our karma at some point, but we have created it either from this life or previous lives. But if you become aware that it is this life that certain things are repeating and you are not happy about it, just make a conscious decision to change your pattern. And when you change your pattern, you are creating new karma. Okay, so I hope this has been insightful for you. I will leave the subject here, and please do comment. And if there's any other subject you want us to discuss, yes, I will leave it here. And I wish you all the best. And yes, make sure you create a good karma for yourself. Okay?